Hey everybody, welcome back to Beyond the Arc, episode 2. This is going to be a super fun episode. I am Sam Brunel, one of your hosts.
I'm Antonio Clary, the second host.
And our special guest for today.
I am Ricky Miezan from Alexandria, Virginia, and currently a midfielder on the men's lacrosse team here at UVA.
So we got a variety of sports right here, women's basketball, men's lacrosse, and men's football. We're going to talk about some really cool things today. But first off, we're going to get into our quick hitter segment for the day. And I think I want to start off by talking about, is Canes better than Zaxbys? And personally, my take is Canes is up here and Zaxbys is down here. So Canes all the way.
My take on this is Zaxby's just has the variety that Canes doesn't. Zaxby's has the sliders, wings. You can kind of go with a lot of different things. Canes is one of those places I can only go like once a month or once a week or something. I can't go to Canes too much.
So me personally, I'm a big Canes guy. I don't go to either very often, but if I had to pick, I'd pick Canes just because I think the quality of the chicken is better. I think the cane sauce is amazing. The only thing that I do get at Zaxby's, if I do go to Zaxby's, are the wings. I don't like Zaxby's fries because they're not that good, and a lot of times they're either undercooked or too salty. And he might listen.
He's shaking his head so he knows. That's the thing.
Hey, he said that Zaxby's has a lot of varieties, which is correct. Yes, they do have a lot of varieties. But if I just want a good meal and I want some good chicken, I'm going to Canes all the way. I was never a Zaxby's fan. They don't have Canes in Florida. That's where I'm from. So when I got up here, it was all about Canes. Everyone put me on Canes, and I'll stick with Canes all day.
And here's the other thing I'm going to say real quick, Ricky.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that struggle with variety. So when there's a lot to choose from, it takes me forever to try to pick my order. And I know when I go to Canes, I'm getting the same thing every time. It's chicken and fries of some kind. It's either a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 6-piece. And I also like the fact that you can like trade out coleslaw or a side that you don't like for whatever you do like. So like I always go box combo or whatever. Get rid of the slaw, extra toast, or extra fries. I will give you this though. I think Canes can sometimes have over-salted fries on occasion, but that is the only thing I would negatively say about Canes. But I am a Canes girl through and through.
I just have sentimental value towards Zaxby's. It's like because one of my friends showed me it when I was like younger, and he kind of put me on, and those chicken sliders, it's just like sentimental value. So I gotta go Zaxby's. I will say though, Canes Texas toast is
phenomenal. It hits.
Yeah.
It's the butter.
Yeah. And don't forget about the high C.
Oh, the high.
The Canes high C always goes great with the food.
I've had that once.
Like Sam said, the fries aren't always great at Canes, but my dogs love them. So when I don't like the fries, I give them to my dogs.
Me too. Maverick, my puppy, loves them too. So, okay. Fair enough. One Zaxby's.
One more, though.
Yep.
You can eat Canes chicken tenders. I'll eat it cold. Normally, I don't eat chicken tenders cold, but I can eat Canes chicken tenders cold.
Yes.
And they're the bomb still.
So I did for UVA football game this year. I hosted a tailgate outside the stadium with just have my friends and stuff. And I catered like all the chicken tenders and ate some before we went in, but like bought too many. So they were still left. And then came back out from the game. And those things were like room temp, like, not cold, but not hot. Banged them. Just like they were still just as good as they were when they were greasy and like fresh out of the batch. So I will give you that. I agree.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever left Canes for leftovers ever.
Also, you can look at a picture of a Canes chicken finger and a Zaxby's chicken finger, and you can't tell me that a Canes chicken finger doesn't look more appetizing than a Zaxby's.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's why you put it in the sandwich.
Listen,
so you cover it up so it looks like the same thing.
We might be changing his mind here. But that is, fans, that is one thing that y'all can do after we post this podcast is you can say whichever one you like under the comment section, Canes or Zaxby's, whichever one y'all like. I'm going with Canes. Sam is going with Canes, and
I'm
my
gonna
man
stick with
Ricky
It's a
Zaxbys.
2-1
sticking with
majority.
Zaxbys. I'm gonna
Might
stick
have
with
we might have to
Zaxbys.
take Ricky to
I'm gonna
Canes.
stick with
I have
Zaxbys.
to.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about one more quick hitter. We had a few choices to pick from, so let's see. The one I really wanted to touch on, and I think we thought about because of Ricky's, love or hate?
Love
Love
for their opponent.
Love for their opponent. Okay.
love for
So,
their opponent.
quick hitter we're going to talk about right now is going to be Golden State is going to win another finals, and I have them all the way.
I'm probably one of the biggest LeBron fans out there. And they kind of went back and forth. What was that, from like 2004?
It's been a long time.
15, 16, all of those years. So I have a deep hatred for the Golden State Warriors, and I'm very happy to see that they're down 0-2, and it's not looking good for them. So,
Like
I don't
Ricky
think they're winning
said,
it.
yeah, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
I don't think they're pulling it out this year. And Draymond just got suspended, so.
Really?
Or did it not come in yet, or not? Or he got ejected, and he probably. I don't
So
He
he
might
might, yeah, he
have.
might get.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna play.
Knowing
next game.
Draymond, he actually might get suspended. I actually do not think that the Warriors will make it past this round against the Kings because, like Ricky said, they are down 2-0 right now. And I'm a Curry fan. I love Curry. I like Draymond sometimes, but he does get a little extra sometimes, and I do like to see Draymond lose sometimes because when he wins, you don't hear the end of it. And I'm a LeBron fan as well. I would love to see LeBron win one more ring, at least one more ring. I think this is the year he can do it because I think the West is wide open. I think the East is wide open as well, especially with Giannis getting hurt. So he's not even healthy. Who knows what the Celtics got going on? So I think the finals, the playoffs is wide open right now, and I would love to see LeBron win one more before he retires. And you know what? Even if the Warriors don't lose this round, I would be fine with the Lakers and Warriors facing each other in round two. LeBron versus the Warriors one last.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, here's my thing. A good comeback story is always my favorite thing. So that's like what I'm really rooting for too, like an underdog. That's what it's all about, just like the comeback. Like you watch March Madness in college basketball all the time. You see like these 16, 15 seeds like beating these top seeds. And it's like, I want to see that in the NBA finals. And I'm going to preface with this. I don't watch the NBA as much as I probably should. Like I really don't start watching it more heavily until like the finals. And it just so happens Golden State's in the finals almost every year. So I think just naturally I've become, I guess you can call me a bandwagon for that. But also as a basketball player, I love to shoot. Shooting threes is my thing. And like watching Clay, watching Steph, like it's just beautiful basketball. They have perfect shots and they go in and they're great players. And I would take the three ball over LeBron any day. That's my opinion. Because that's how I kind of am. But that's my opinion.
I guess I'll also bring up. I don't remember which year it was, but when the Warriors were up, what was it, 3-0 on Cleveland, and Draymond got suspended for a game, and LeBron completed the greatest comeback. So I mean, obviously, when Draymond is out and suspended, they don't have very good luck. So it's not looking good.
Hey, there's always a chance that, life changes, things change,
History
the system.
repeats itself. No.
See, sometimes I agree with that statement unless I just disagree with that statement. And I just disagree with that statement this time.
They're also going up against the best offense in the NBA right now, or highest scoring offense.
The Kings,
so
I mean, the Kings are hungry right now.
Yeah.
They're young, they're hungry, they're healthy, and they play with that edge. So I think that the Warriors have to win Game 3 this upcoming game. They have to win Game 3, or else I think they're done.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be texting y'all in a group chat when there's a comeback, and I'm just gonna put a period. That is all I'm gonna put.
Listen, if
and
they
you're gonna
come
know
back,
what that means. That's all I gotta do.
If they come back, I won't hear the end of it on the next podcast.
It's a win-win, though, honestly.
You're dang right. You are dang right. We're gonna bring that up first thing in intros next podcast. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, enough for quick hitters. We actually want to get into the next segment that we have, which is going to be Tell a Story. And this segment is about our guests and just their story through athletics, because basically we're going to be interviewing athletes throughout our podcast. So we're going to get into Ricky's story, his journey through college so far, and even before that, just how he became the athlete he's become. So I'm going to kick it over to Antonio to kick this off.
So, Ricky, for our second segment about Tell a Story, so tell us a little bit about, like Sam said, your upbringing through, your family, through sports, college, high school, and what got you here to UVA.
Yeah, so I think I'll start off with my dad. He grew up in the Côte d'Ivoire in West Africa. And my grandfather actually was a kayaking coach for the Ivorian national team. So that's how he kind of got involved in the Olympic program in the Côte d'Ivoire. And then he was a track athlete. So he competed in the 1996 Atlanta Olympics for their 4x100 meter relay team. And ever since I could walk, he was kind of molding me to be an elite athlete. When I was younger, he would put 14-pound weights in my little baby carrier and make me walk up and down the hallway. And he just took videos and he was laughing. And, I looked like I was having a good time. So he's kind of been molding me ever since I was younger. And then once I got older, he would train people and I would kind of go and watch. And then after, a specific amount of, after a couple times watching, I would start to do the exercises on the side. And then next thing you know, he's like, Ricky, do you want to join? And then next thing I know, I was training with him and I haven't looked back since. So he's kind of been the one to mold me into the athlete I am today.
Yeah, that's amazing. And, you talk a lot about just being an athlete and just working hard and everything. And I'm just curious, growing up, what was like playing sports like for you? Like, did you play multiple sports? Like, what was that kind of like?
Yeah. They kind of put me in everything. I played soccer. I played basketball. I played lacrosse when I was younger, like really young, but I actually hated it. And then I'm trying to think of what else. I even tried playing squash at one time. Like I tried everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best route to go to kind of just like develop your overall athleticism, and being in that team environment is good for young athletes. And I just had fun playing everything. And eventually, as you get older, you find what you're really good at and what you want to do. But when you're younger, it's really fun to just play and have fun.
So how was squash? I've never played squash.
Yeah.
Squash.
How was that?
It's actually really fun. I really enjoyed it. It's actually really frustrating because people who are actually good will like hit it off the wall and try and hit it into the back corner. And obviously people who are good know how to kind of maneuver their body and their racket to hit it back. But I would just kind of bang it up against the wall and the glass and broke my racket.
Man.
So after that, I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go back to track.
Here's my thing is I feel like squash is dangerous too. Like there's walls surrounding you. You got to hit the ball off the wall. Like that thing could just pop off, like bang you in the head, concussion. Like
it's like, and it gets like, it really gets
hard.
moving. It gets moving. Yeah. So you have to wear like protective gear over your eyes, but
what if it hits you in your head?
I know it can hit you anyway. Yeah.
I think you need a helmet for squash.
But it's fun. Like it's really fun to play, just like for fun. But competitively, I don't think that was the best sport that suited me. But wanted to give it a try. Why not?
So tell us a little bit about like your journey going to high school and how that looked for you in high school. Whether like playing all these different sports and then starting to narrow it down to the sports that you really enjoy playing.
Yeah. So going into high school, I would play soccer in the fall, and then run track in the winter, and then play lacrosse in the spring. And soccer is actually the sport I probably played the longest. I was a forward, and I was big and I was fast, and I'd move my hands, like send the ball up and I'd go run after it. And it worked out. But I think it was going into my freshman to sophomore year that summer. I think I put on about like 20-ish, 15-ish pounds.
Wow.
So my frame started to build out, and running around on the soccer field for 90 minutes didn't really suit a 215-pound
It's a lot of conditioning.
person. Yeah. So I wouldn't really make it through the games, and I kind of just got tired of it also because when I would hit someone or body check someone, they'd go flying and I'd get a yellow card or I'd get penalized for it, and that gets frustrating. And the football coach had always been trying to get me to play, but I was always like, no, I play soccer. So eventually my friends convinced me because they all played football. So it was my junior year. I told my dad and my mom, I was like, look, I think I'm gonna go try out for the football team. And my dad was like, no shot. He was like,
No
shot. Because like football to him was like super dangerous, and growing up in Africa, football wasn't a thing. It was always you played soccer. So he was like, no shot. And I actually had to write a letter to him explaining him why I should be able to play football.
Wow.
And the biggest thing to him that he took away from the letter was just the fact that I would regret if I never actually went out there and just gave it a shot. And he didn't really want me to regret that he didn't let me play. And he was like, yeah, you know what? I want you to go out and you know, do everything that you want to do, and I don't want to hold you back from that. So he eventually let me play. And I think it was the first time we went out there, they had a couple recruiters out there, and we were just doing like combine drill type stuff, like 40s and all of that. And one of the VTech coaches came up to me after saying, we're going to keep an eye on you. And I'm like, I just started. This is my first day out there. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You had the frame though. You had the frame. You had the body for it.
I guess I matched the profile, but I literally had no clue how to play football. And I would go to my coach's house and we'd go over the playbook and go over terms, and just slowly but surely started to build my football IQ. And that first year went pretty well. I was playing tight end and linebacker and a little bit of D end. They had me all. I was the punter. I was the kicker.
Wow,
you did everything.
I was doing everything.
You're all American.
Right.
But yeah, that first touchdown felt real good, and crowd starts chanting your name. You're like, I might, you know, I could do this. I like this. And then it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing about Ricky that we have slightly touched on, but not really. So Ricky had a really cool journey with starting, obviously, off with football in college. But the thing is, he was like the #1 ranked recruit in lacrosse, like in high school. And he ended up choosing football. So can you talk a little bit about like what that transition's been like, starting at Stanford, playing football for 5 years, and then deciding to come back to UVA and pursue lacrosse again?
Yeah. I loved my time out at Stanford. It was the coolest thing. It was, you know, the once in a lifetime opportunity. And that's kind of like when I set out to play sports in college, I wanted to get the best education I could. And I don't think in my opinion, it doesn't get better than Stanford. And it's, I guess statistically, it's like the hardest offer to get. So when I got it, I was like, yeah, no shot. Like, yeah, I'm going. So, loved it out there and learned a lot. And that was, I think, the first time I really had to like be battle tested and face adversity with injuries and being, you know, depth chart. Like I was a nobody when I got there and fought my way all the way up to be a captain and a starter. So, it was like a lot of growth, and I'm, you know, really grateful for that whole opportunity. But after 5 years, my body was feeling some type of way, and I didn't really feel the need to keep going with it, and I missed playing. You know, lacrosse is like such a fluid and like creative sport, and football is such a like rigid, like do your job. You have a play, do your job.
Right.
And while there is creativity in it, there's not as much as I would say in lacrosse, and that's like the biggest thing I missed is that like creativity and the ability, like the fluid aspect of lacrosse. So I really wanted to come back with it and finish up my college career playing back at home, so my parents could come out to every game, and The biggest thing I'll say though is like I don't know, like when you shoot, like say you're away from basketball for a while,
Right.
like
Okay.
you feel like your jumper would kind of be off when you came back, right? Like it just wouldn't.
I might have a good first day, but that second day is definitely gonna be different.
Exactly. Yeah, like, and that's kind of that's what I feel like it's been like my experience playing this season has been like it's still there, but it's like some of that muscle memory that I had before when I was playing in high school isn't quite trained up to what it used to be, and that's what I'm working on right now. Is just I just want to play and get that all back. So I can kind of return to the player I was.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just like that. It's like that muscle memory that you kind of lose in 5 years and you have to kind of regain.
So when you said you played 5 years of football at Stanford, so when you were done, did you ever have a chance or think about playing lacrosse at Stanford?
They don't have a Division I men's team. They have a women's team, but they don't. I think Utah is the only Pac-12 school that has a Division I men's lacrosse team.
So how does that work with everyone? Like not that many, only a certain amount of college Division I teams have a lacrosse team.
Yeah, so it's like really, like all the talent is on the East Coast basically. Gotcha. So all the talent is in like the ACC, the Ivies, the Big 12s, those type of schools. And you don't really see too many schools out west. Although there are like players like from California, Texas, all that. That it's starting to grow. Right. But in terms of like universities having collegiate programs, it's mostly on the East Coast. Like Denver is probably the best school out west.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. All right.
Anything else about lacrosse that you want to share?
How's
so you mentioned how you're still trying to get into the hang of things with like during the season with lacrosse and stuff like that, but how is that going though? Like as a team, just being back on the lacrosse team and stuff like that, and going through the practices and going through the games and stuff like that, going through that lacrosse process.
Yeah. So even though I was playing football out at Stanford, I kept my stick in my car. And I was actually really good friends with a lot of the women's lacrosse players out there. So like sometimes I'd go around and throw with them, or they have a wall there that I would just go throw on when I had a little bit of time. But the funny thing is, just stationary standing there and throwing the ball isn't quite the same as like when you're in a practice and you have a moving target and you have to hit it. So those first couple of days, it was a big adjustment just because I hadn't been in that competitive environment. And like I found myself thinking about like passes and thinking about shots, whereas before it was a blur. Like I would just do it because I'd been doing it for so long. Right. But after coming back from not playing for 5 years, I found myself like overthinking certain things because I just didn't it wasn't like second nature. It was something that I had to like work on, and that's been getting better every week. But it's still not to where I want it to be.
Right.
But it's definitely gotten better, and week by week I just feel myself getting better. So
well, I never picked up lacrosse.
Me either. That's actually I said if there was a sport that I haven't played that I would like to play, like go back in time, if that was an availability or that sport was available at my school, I would totally have tried to play lacrosse because I feel like lateral movement, like cutting and stuff, especially for basketball, like probably football. I mean, football too.
Well, defense in lacrosse is like very similar to basketball. You have to stay in front of your man.
And I'll say this, like every time I've played with somebody who has played soccer on basketball court, they are hands down usually the best defender on the court. And that's because they're quick enough to move laterally, and they're gritty. Like soccer players, like lacrosse players, they all have that dog in them. Just like, I'm not afraid to like get hit because they're used to contact. So.
I actually wish I played soccer growing up. That's one sport I do wish I played growing up.
I played, but that's one sport that I feel like I played softball, I played volleyball, I played basketball. I was naturally pretty good at those three. And then soccer, I was just not naturally good at it. And it frustrated me because I was like, all these people were like sitting there juggling with their feet, and I'm trying to figure out how to get one juggle. Like it frustrated me, and so they ended up putting me in the goalie, and I was just like, I don't want to stand in the goal the whole game.
It's kind of boring.
For goalies out there, if you're listening to the podcast, I give you a lot of credit, but that was not for me. I enjoyed like how basketball is fast paced. Volleyball, you're always hitting the ball, or softball, you're hitting or you're fielding. Like the pace is a little bit better. So like I like to watch soccer now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I get so excited when somebody gets close to the goal and then, like, they don't make it. And I'm like, gosh, darn it. Like, and then it's, like, a long time till they get back. Mm-hmm. So it's just different watching sports that are, like, slower pace with scoring. Lacrosse is pretty fast.
It's fast paced. And they actually kind of made it a little more fast paced. They added, since I was playing in high school, they added, like, I think it's a 80-second shot clock.
Oh.
So it definitely ramps up the speed of the game, which is kind of nice. It's definitely fun to get up and down. But I think lacrosse is one of the most fun sports to like watch. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's really really fun to watch.
Especially men's
the show. Well, now since I gotta check out a game.
And, I've been meaning to come. It's just scheduled.
Root for Ricky.
When we played Notre Dame this year. We were. Oh yeah.
I'm an alum.
Right there.
We were coming. That's why we beat y'all this year. But when we were coming out of the locker room, I kept hearing a bunch of noise as we were walking out, and then a bunch of people were like, "Yo, Ricky, get over here." And next thing I know, it's like the whole football team came over from their practice field, and they're yelling at us, screaming at us as we're walking out. And because I played them in the fall, and we upset them. So all my teammates were yelling at me like, "Yo, get over here." So as we're running by, I'm like jawing at them. They're yelling at me. So it was a fun game to play in.
Oh yeah.
But they actually gave Notre Dame some pretty good momentum. I think they went on a 2-0 run once they were all out there screaming. And I saw my opportunity to kind of shut them up. So one of the guys was coming at me, and I just kind of ran through him and just missed the shot. That would have been fun if I put it in.
You chucked the dude, though.
Yeah, but then they kind of got quiet after that and left. So that was but it was a great environment. It was fun to have them out there screaming at us.
Yeah, so. I'll say Notre Dame, like for those sports, does have a lot of like student attendance. So there's probably a lot of students, like football players and stuff. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. All right.
Tell us about your unique sewing skills.
Yeah, it's more of like
that's a great question.
It's more of like a hobby. Actually, this is like embroidery.
Hold on, you got to lean up and show the camera that.
So it's kind of like this is like a house plant. I use the card symbol as like a pot, and then it's like a house plant coming out of it. But it was I think it was this past summer. You know, I mean, obviously with football, you're just on campus and there's no one here, and during summer workouts, and I was kind of bored, and I'd always been into like shoes. Like I love shoes. But you always got to have like an outfit to go with your shoes. And then I kind of started getting into clothing a little bit. And I'm seeing all this stuff. And obviously it's like $300, $400, $500. And you're like, I feel like I can do that.
Right.
So I just kind of looked up a couple of YouTube videos and bought a couple of supplies at like Michael's and just started kind of messing around with it and made a couple additions to my clothes and stuff. And it's just something fun I do. And actually really helps with like taking my mind off of athletics and everyday life and all your issues and everything. You just sit down and focus on that. And I'm not a very patient person, so you have to be really methodical and patient when you're sewing, and that kind of helps with my impatient personality. So
that's kind of good translating to sports too, though. Like just patience, like let the game come to you, whatever.
So I enjoy it, and it kind of just I'm not very good at the mindfulness stuff. I don't get it, but sewing has been kind of like my way of like taking my mind off things. So I've enjoyed it so far, and just looking to keep building my skills.
That's good you found something. I mean, I play guitar. That's what I do for that.
Yeah.
Do you have something you do? Antonio?
No, I do not. I wish I did, to be honest with you. I probably could or do something, but I don't know.
You'll have to find that. I mean, you
I
were with
would
your
have to
dogs a
find it,
lot,
yeah.
so your
I'd have to
dogs
find
probably.
something. But,
course.
I mean, that's good, fans, for all you out there listening. Now you know that Ricky can sew, so hopefully one day
Not very
he
well,
might have
though.
his own clothing line.
A
We don't
Ricky
know.
line.
Not
A Ricky
very
well.
line.
Not
The
very
Ricky
well.
line.
I'm
Yeah.
not quite there yet.
All right. Well, for our last and final segment, we're gonna do something fun. I actually don't think I don't know if Antonio told you we were gonna do this. Okay.
No.
We're doing a game segment that Antonio has come up with, so I'll let you explain to the audience what we're gonna be doing.
All right, so this game segment for this podcast is going to be naming every sports team in that city for the sport. So Sam is going to do the NFL.
No, you said I was doing the NFL. I was just naming NFL teams.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm just
NFL
naming
team in every
yeah.
state,
Okay.
and she's going to get me with every WNBA team in every state.
That's for both of y'all.
For both of us.
Because there's not as many WNBA teams as there is
so let's get
NFL.
it. So it'll be me and Ricky versus Sam Burnell.
And we're gonna make this like whoever wins this is gonna be 1-0 going into the next podcast. So we're gonna keep track of who wins the game every single episode. So stay tuned for that. But you know what? Should I go first or should I let y'all go first? I'll go first because this could take a little while. So there's how many states?
All right, so let's start off like this. No, you're good. So let's start off like this. So the Florida team. So I'll give you a hint.
No, I don't need a hint.
Not
I
a hint,
can
but
do it. I just need to know how many states.
Yeah,
There's
right.
There's 50 states.
Right.
Yeah. So there's 50 states, only 32.
That was a blonde movement.
Yeah. So we have a Florida. So Florida, there's 2 NFL teams in Florida, correct?
I know
Wait,
that.
hold up. There might be.
No, there's 2.
3. There's 3. Sorry.
Yeah,
there's 3.
Oh, there is 3.
Sorry,
You're right.
3.
Don't tell me. I don't need hints. I can do this.
All right, so.
Well, we'll start off in Florida.
Yep.
All right. Well, you got the Miami Dolphins, my dad's favorite team.
Okay.
You got the Tampa Buccaneers.
Yep.
Tampa Buccaneers.
I'll give you that one.
Maybe a little bit. I sing a little bit. I think it's
Okay.
Then you got the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's my team. Yep.
Then you got the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
That's
Okay. So that we're going to Atlanta right away. Good.
And then you got the Charlotte Panthers.
You got the second word, right?
You got the second one right.
Jaguar. No.
No.
What?
You got the name of the team.
What's
right.
Charlotte in?
North Carolina Panthers.
Just Carolina.
Carolina.
Oh.
Panthers. I will give you that one.
No, you were
We'll give you
right.
that one.
You were
right.
right. You were right. You were
Are
We'll
they
give
right.
in Charlotte?
Yeah.
You were right.
Then why didn't you just give it to me?
We did.
Okay.
You were thinking about the Charlotte Hornets.
Like, y'all made me
Yeah.
sound
NBA
blonde on
team.
here, which I am.
No,
Okay.
that's fine.
All right. Anyways, okay. I got 5.
Yep.
God, that's a lot more left. 40 more. Okay.
No, I
you
think it's 30.
There's 32 teams, but
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
50
thank
states.
God. All right. Okay. So then we got I used to call them the Redskins, but they're not the Redskins anymore. They are the
Commanders.
Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Then we got the New York Jets.
Yep. And
New York Giants.
yep.
Yep.
Then we got Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Up there
then
too. What else is up there?
the New England Patriots.
Yep.
And then we got
You got to come back down.
I know, yeah. Tennessee. That's
Okay.
probably-
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tennessee, the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we got Texas. We'll go to Texas.
Whoa.
That's fine. You
Okay.
can just
Now
go
we're
all
jumping
over the
across
place.
the state.
Sorry, I'm
Jumping
just
across.
That's
Texas. In Texas, we got the Titans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, whoa. You done messed up my head. No, the Texas.
Yeah.
The
Texas
Titans.
Titans.
Nah.
Houston Titans.
Oh,
Houston
you already-
Texans.
Yeah.
Texans.
There we go.
Wait, who's the Titans? Tennessee Titans.
Titans, yeah.
Sorry, y'all. Okay. Okay. So then we got. There's somebody's Cardinals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or not Arkansas.
Oh, no.
Um.
Starts with an A, though.
It does
Starts
start
with
with
an
an A.
Albuquerque.
Whoa.
Shoot.
Where did that
Who's
come
the
from?
Arizona?
Yes.
Arizona Cardinals. Okay, then what number am I at?
Let's go back to.
No.
He's from
I
Cleveland.
should have counted.
Cleveland, correct?
Yeah.
Cleveland
my
Browns.
My mom's from Cleveland.
Cleveland
so-
Browns.
Yeah. And then
Mhm.
a little bit below them. Black
Pennsylvania.
and yellow.
Oh, the Pittsburgh
Yeah,
Steelers,
yeah.
and then the Philadelphia Eagles,
Yep.
who
Stripes
just
on their helmets.
lost this year.
Stripes on their
Yeah.
helmets.
Yeah, they lost to Canal. There's only 2 Pennsylvania teams, right? All right, got those.
Forgetting another
What's
one
close
that-
to the
you're
Browns
forgetting
again, too?
You're forgetting another one in Ohio. It's the bottom half of Ohio.
Cleveland Browns and
Sin-
the Bengals, Cincinnati
Yeah.
Bengals. Forgot
Yep.
Cincinnati. Okay, and then
Any team in Green Bay?
Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Can you? I don't want hints.
Okay.
Let me think.
That's the last one.
Okay, I'm
Sorry.
independent. I got this. I'm an alpha woman. Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Illinois, so Chicago Bears.
Yup.
Yeah.
We already said the Green Bay Packers. Then we got the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was no
Crazy.
hesitation on that
And
one.
then we got Utah Jazz's NBA. We got Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we got the Seattle
She's
Seahawks.
on the
Yes.
roll. Yep.
All over the map.
Then we got the 49ers.
Yep.
That's Kansas City.
Mm-mm.
No, you're right.
No, San Francisco
Yep.
49ers. Somebody used to be in Kansas. Okay, Chiefs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs. Their colors are the exact same, so they confuse me. And then we got Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta be getting up there by now.
You
right?
No, I think you are. I
You're-
think you're close.
There's a few other teams. You're getting there though.
Go down California.
Okay, so I
There's
said
2 more teams you're missing.
Oh, the Chargers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I said the 49ers.
One more.
What colors are they?
Red.
Yellow,
I mean
blue.
yellow. Whoa, red. Yellow and blue.
Same
Rams.
colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
What city are they?
LA.
LA.
They're the same.
LA
they share the
Rams.
same
LA
stadium.
Rams. Oh, interesting. That's good. I gotta be right. I gotta
Right,
be
yeah.
there.
That'll be it, right?
All right. Well,
Hold on, wait. Let me see if you're. Oh, yeah. Well, regardless, you got a lot of them,
You got
so
most of
we
them.
got to match you, or you get the dub.
I'm gonna say there's like 20 less teams in WNBA than
That's
there's
fine.
the NFL.
Yeah.
So,
I only
We'll be
know.
all right.
all right, there's 12 teams in WNBA.
Okay.
12 teams?
Mhm.
All right. I can start out west. LA Sparks.
Mhm.
Isn't there Galaxy? No. Let's
No.
go.
Okay,
What's the Brooklyn?
Minnesota Lynx.
Yes.
What's the Brooklyn team? Brooklyn
Oh,
There's
they're
no
new.
Liberty
Brooklyn.
or New York Liberty?
Mhm.
Washington Mystics.
Yes.
Arizona Mercury.
Ooh, the Mercury's a team.
Yes, Mercury.
Is that not? Are they in
Phoenix.
Arizona? Phoenix Mercury. Yep.
What about Chicago Sky?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Okay.
That's
Look at
Lexi.
you.
Shout out Lexi. Shout out Lexi. She's at the Sky right
There's
Yeah.
no WNBA team in Florida or Atlanta.
I know that there's one in Atlanta.
There's one in Atlanta?
Who is it?
Because Haley
Yeah.
just got drafted there.
What's it called though?
Chicago.
No,
I mean Atlanta. My bad. Atlanta. Yo.
It was only just a.
Oh, Atlanta Dream.
Yeah.
Atlanta Dream.
Yeah.
We got 7.
Is there another team up in New York? There's 2 teams up in New York, right?
Wait. Hold on.
No.
No, there's no. There's
No,
not
you're
2.
right. You're right.
All right.
Are we missing any?
You got like 5 more.
How many more LA teams are there? You named one, right?
There's
Yeah.
just one.
There's
I don't
one.
think There's one in SF.
Do they have a Las Vegas team?
Yes. Who is it?
I
Las
have
Vegas.
no-
What? Because one of
Yeah.
their players just got married to a Raiders.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kelsey
he did
Plum just got married to-
the tight end.
Yep.
Yes.
Uh,
And he's actually
Las
with the New York
Vegas. What?
Giants
with the
now.
You don't get the
now.
point unless you know the name.
Las Vegas. You know.
If you don't know,
These
you're
are
gonna take
new-
the L.
We might have to take the L on this one. I actually
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Just think about what Vegas is and what you do in Vegas.
The Vegas casinos.
No, but it's something to do with that. You want to take the L and I'll tell you.
Yes, please. Sorry.
Las Vegas Aces.
Wow.
All right,
We're
Few
at
more.
7. We're at
No,
8.
we're at 8.
but you only got
This
7.
is. Yeah, this is.
You're 7 for 8 right now. It's pretty good, actually.
I'm trying to think. I know that
I'm all out, to be honest with you. So.
Okay, well,
Ricky-
Ricky, it's on you. So if you don't know him,
I'm
am I gonna take
I
the
might
dub
be
on
out.
this?
I might be out.
Hold on. Did you name all 32 teams?
I'm pretty sure I
She
did.
was up there.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure I
trying to think
did.
if you missed any.
I didn't.
Oh,
miss
you
it.
did miss one in
Oh.
Texas.
Yeah, you missed one from Texas.
I'm gonna say Rockets. That's the Astros. No,
America's team.
Dallas Cowboys. I got it. All right.
Nice hint.
I gave y'all a
I'm messing
hint.
with you. That's fine.
All right. Can we at least get the state of two of them?
Texas.
Okay.
Houston,
Nope.
Dallas. There's a Dallas team.
Do you know their name though?
I don't. Do you?
No.
Ah, there's an L.
All right. Give us another state.
You want me to tell
Give
you?
us one more state.
You want me to
No.
tell you the name?
Yeah.
Dallas Wings.
I don't think.
I never heard of them.
Who haven't you said? You said Atlanta. You said Minnesota. I'm trying to think of who you're missing.
She doesn't even know.
Well, no, we should have written this down.
Yeah.
we should.
No, yeah.
We're gonna be more prepared and have this
We
written
will.
down before.
That's on me. That's on me. I take the blame.
Well,
for
I
that
looked
one.
at my phone. I was like, maybe I should just type it in my notes.
Well, I was gonna look them up before, but you said no. But...
Oh, Indiana as a team. What is it? We're taking L's.
I was thinking. Oh yeah, Indiana Pacers. What?
That's NBA.
I know that Indiana.
All right, you got 5 seconds. 5, 4.
Yeah, no.
All right,
Bro.
Indiana Fever.
Oh, that was
I did know that.
That was an easy one.
I did know that one.
All right. Okay, so there's 2 more because y'all have there's 10.
Well, you already beat us because
Yeah,
you gave us 2 of them.
You beat us.
So I guess it's San Brunel 1-0.
1-0, baby. It's gonna stay that way, undefeated.
Wait, can we hear the next 2?
So okay, yeah. She says
No.
I don't have it in front of me, and I'm forgetting which ones you've already said. You said Texas. You said.
You got Texas, Vegas, LA, Minnesota.
Oh,
Chicago, Atlanta.
Seattle.
Then there's one more.
I'm Googling this right now so I can picture it.
What is Seattle team for WNBA?
Trust me, guys, I do know the WNBA teams. They just got me all out of order, so I don't know. Oh, Connecticut.
Oh, I don't know.
I knew that. Connecticut Suns.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well,
Ashton Pressure got drafted by them
Oh, okay.
in the 3rd round, I think.
San Brunel
Stanford.
with the dub.
Dubs, y'all, all day long.
She won't win next week.
Well, Ricky, we really appreciate you being on the podcast with us. You were a terrific first guest for the podcast.
Awesome.
Everybody, stay tuned for the next episode to come in the next week. But for now, we will say goodbye. And thank you, Ricky.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Love being the first guest.
Yes. Great first guest. All right. See y'all later.
See ya.